Alright, so good day to one and all. I hope you are doing well in your respective locations right now. I hope you are fine in your respective homes or in your locations. So this day we will have a short review on the curriculum models. So konti lang talaga ito siya. I will just be giving you the essentials of the different curriculum models that we have. No, and this will serve as a foundation kasi as we try to understand the curriculum and assessment aspects of the K to 12 curriculum in the Philippines, we need first to know the different curriculum models kasi dito kasi nakapattern yung mga curriculums natin. So as we go on with this lecture, you will be able to realize kung saan ba nakapattern yung mga different curriculums natin, no? Sa basic education, simula pa nung basic education curriculum na naging revised basic education curriculum at ngayon naging K to 12 na siya, or the Republic Act 10533, or also known as the Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013. Okay? So, let us first set the learning objectives or the learning outcomes. By the end of this topic, you will be able to describe the 4 models of curriculum development and explain the process of curriculum learning based on each model. So all you have to do is to listen carefully. Kung may mga tanong kayo, you can just comment or ask me through sending me a personal message. Okay? So curriculum models are very important because they serve as a guidelines to our actions. So sa educational domain, napaka-importante na maintindihan natin kung ano yung mga iba't ibang curriculum development models because ito yung nagsaserve sa atin na guide towards our actions. It also gives us order to the processes. No? Yung mga curriculum models natin give us order to the different processes. And of course, using a model in activities like curriculum development can result in greater efficiency and productivity. So, yung mga ibang school kasi, they are patterned with this type of curriculum model. Yung iba naman ay iba. So, by having models in our curriculum development, we tend to aim to uplift the efficiency and productivity of our delivery of instruction. So, we will be learning the 4 different models. Ito yung mga, sabihin nating popular models, no? Sa field ng education. So, we have the Ralph Tyler model, we have the Hilda Taba model, we have the Oliva, and the Sailor Alexander and Lewis. So, we will start with the Tyler's model. Ay, hindi pala. Si Hilda Taba pala. So we will start with Hilda Taba model. So for Hilda Taba, believe that there should be a clear, definite order to curriculum design. The teachers must be involved in the process. So ang keyword ninyo dito is teachers must be involved in the process of developing the curriculum. So kailangan may participation ang teacher sa paggawa ng ating curriculum. Also, itong Hilda Taba na ito ay tinatawag nilang grassroots approach, no? So yun yung tatandaan ninyo kasi ito sila ay mga let favorites ito. When we say let favorites, ito yung mga parating lumalabas sa licensure examination for teachers. So please tandaan niyo lang yung mga keywords natin. Pag sinabing Hilda Taba again, involve ang teacher sa process, and ang sinasabi ng Hilda Taba curriculum model is grassroots approach siya. So bakit siya tinawag na grassroots approach? We have 8 steps of this model. Number 1 dito ay identify the needs of the students. Kaya siya tinawag na grassroots because it starts with the needs of the learners. Hindi siya sa taas. So uumpisa dapat siya sa kung ano yung kailangan ng mga estudyante sa baba. So curriculum making should start with diagnosing the needs of the students. This is for us to make our instruction or the curriculum responsive to their needs. Kasi minsan there are competencies being set by national government or higher authorities that is not applicable in your own settings, no? Kasi minsan yung mga curriculum developers natin, they tend to design a well-crafted curriculum. However, the content may not be suitable in your respective places. So for example, sa physical education curriculum ng senior high school, may mga mountain climbing, may mga ganon, di ba? For grade 12, meron siyang recreational activities, mga water rafting, mountain climbing, mga ganon. But sometimes, hindi siya pwede because it differs from the geographic location of every school. For example, may mga schools na hindi pwede mag-mountain climbing because there are rebels sa mountain. No? So, may mga ganong bagay. So, may mga considerations. That's why itong Hilda Taba curriculum model ay tinatawag nilang grassroots because it starts with identifying the needs of the students. So, curriculum making should really start with diagnosing the needs of students. Now, how do you diagnose the need of your student? You can just you can conduct study kung ano yung mga needs nila, ano yung mga kailangan nila, enable for them to develop their competencies. Number 2 here is the formulation of your objectives. So after identifying the needs of your students, you need to formulate now your objectives based on the needs of your students. By having this one, by formulating by identifying first the needs of your student, you can formulate an objective na suitable talaga sa need nila. So, alam mo na yung need nila, ngayon, i-formulate mo kung paano mo ma-address yung mga needs nila. Okay? The third one is the selection of content. Now, having said that, meron na tayong objectives na naset, ngayon naman ay pipiliin mo kung ano yung ipapasok mo, no, to address their needs. So you have to choose content that matches the objective or the objectives. Number 4 here is organizes content considering the learner's experiences and background. Napaka-learner-centered talaga ng Hilda Taba model na ito. Because ang concentration niya and consideration niya ay nasa learner talaga. Okay? So the fourth one here is organizes content considering the learner's experiences and background. So bakit kaya natin kailangan i-consider yung background ng mga learners natin? Because we have to consider their level of readiness. Kasi baka yun yung need nila pero hindi pa pala sila ready para ma-accomplish yun. So it would be useless. So kailangan you have to, of course, consider also their experiences and their background. So kapag nalaman mo na kung ano yung background nila, you can deliver a more a more comprehensive and more responsive curriculum for your learners. The number 5 here is select instructional method that promote students' engagement. So, learner-centered talaga siya because mas importante sa kanya yung participation ng mga bata. So, you have to select instructional method, instructional design, strategies, no, and approaches that promote students' engagement. Hindi lang dapat si teacher ang nagsasalita, kundi dapat involve yung mga bata, involve yung mga students natin in the teaching learning process. Okay? So, yung teacher, hindi lang siya dapat dispenser ng knowledge. Kailangan siya ay facilitator ng learning. Okay? So, hindi na siya yung tig-dispense. When we say dispenser, siya yung tagabigay. No? Yun yung old concept natin. Teacher lahat, teacher nag-feed. But now, no, we are encouraging learner-centered approach. So, kailangan si teacher, facilitator na lang siya sa inside of the classroom. So, ifa-facilitate niya kung ano yung nangyayari sa loob ng classroom para at least hindi malihis yung topic or yung learning ng mga bata. So, i-guide lang ng i-guide, provide enough scaffolding until such time na maka-arrive yung mga bata doon sa knowledge na yun. So, that is self-discovery learning. Okay? The next one here is organize learning experiences by sequencing the content. So, kailangan naka-arrange talaga yung learning experiences nila according to the content. So, ano ba yung pwede natin ma-associate dito? We have the spiral curriculum. Anong sinasabi ng spiral curriculum? If you could imagine a spiral, no? Pataas siya pero connected sila. Okay? So, organize learning experiences by sequencing the content. Kailangan pataas yung competency, no, yung level ng learning nila, pero kailangan connected sila with one another. Kailangan nakaka-relate sila sa previous topics as we go on with complex one. Okay? The next, evaluate to ensure the mastery. So, evaluation, dito na yung assessment natin. and checking for balance and the sequence. So based on the evaluation, you have to check the balance. Na-attain ba? Kailangan ba ng pagbabago? Ano bang mali? No? Those are the considerations. So yun. This is Hilda Taba's concepts. Once again, pag sinabing Hilda Taba, teachers must be involved in the process, and it starts with the students, the needs of the students. Ang consideration niya ay parating sa students, kaya siya tinawag na grassroots approach. Alright, I hope I clear ito. The next one is the Tyler model. So, there are 4 basic principles of Tyler model of curriculum development. Kung ang kay Hilda Taba na kanina ay dapat ang teacher ay involved siya sa process, itong kay Tyler naman, ang sinasabi niya ay ang teacher ay implementer lang ng curriculum. So, bakit kaya niya tinatawag na ang teacher ay implementer ng curriculum? Because it started with what is the purpose of education. So, kanina, we started with ano yung kailangan ng mga bata. Ngayon naman, we started with what is the purpose of education. So, how the curriculum should be made to attain the purpose of the school. So, niya, ang kay Tyler naman ay nakafocus siya sa kung anong mandato ng school. Ano ba yung principle? Ano ba yung vision, mission, goals, and objective ng school. So, pag nalaman mo kung ano yung kind ng education sa school na yun yung gagawaan mo ng curriculum. So, regardless of the needs of your learner, kailangan ay pampapattern ang curriculum natin doon sa purpose ng school na yun. Which is very true with other schools, no? Especially with private schools, they tend to make distinction. Ano ba yung distinct characteristic kapag sinabing graduate ng ganitong paaralan? For example, when we say graduate siya ng University of the Philippines, graduate siya ng De La Salle University, graduate siya ng University of San Carlos, graduate siya ng Ateneo de Manila University. So, ano yung mga characteristic dapat ng mga graduates na yon? So, doon yun makikita sa kanilang VMGO, yung tinatawag nating Vision, Mission, Goals, and Objectives. So, kung anong klaseng graduate, anong klaseng estudyante ang gusto ninyong ma-envision sa mga estudyante ninyo, nandoon yun siya. So, it starts with that one. So, ano ba yung purpose ng school na yun? For example, ang purpose ng school na yun ay missionary type siya. So, kailangan itong mga graduates nila ay parang dapat ma-embrace nila yung mission nila sa professional world. So, kung ganun yung yun doon natin ipapattern yung curriculum. So, yun yung pinagkaiba nila with the previous one kanina. After that one, after determining the purpose of education, we have now what educational experiences will attain the purpose. So, based dun sa purpose ng education kanina, ngayon ay magde-design na tayo ng experiences and learning activities that will attain the purpose of the school. So, the curriculum developer should be more careful in choosing of what students going to learn and how they are going to learn. Okay? So, for example, Catholic schools, ano ba yung ini-emphasize nila? So, it is education, religious education, no? So, kung ano yung mandato ng mga schools, mga Catholic schools, for example lang kung ano yung mandate nila, kung ano yung gusto nilang pagkakakilanlan sa mga estudyante nila, yun yung gagawa nila ng learning experiences, no? Yun yung gagawa nila, yun yung i-consider nila sa paggawa ng curriculum nila. Okay? Number 3, how can these experiences be effectively organized? So the curriculum developer should know how to organize those educational experiences and how these learning experiences can be effectively organized. So ngayon, i-sequencing mo na naman siya. So depende na sa'yo kung ano yung pattern mo. Pwede kang spiral ulit, no? Para progressive yung dating niya. And the last one, how can we determine when the purpose are met? So dito na yung papasok yung curriculum developer should evaluate all the experiences without exemption, and this evaluation should be conducted continuously. So, particular din sila sa kung na-attain pa or not. Okay, so this is Ralph Tyler's model. Again, ano yung keyword natin kay Ralph Tyler? Ang teacher ay implementer ng curriculum. Okay? Now we have the Saylor, Alexander, and Lewis model. So curriculum planner begin by setting educational goals and specific objectives that they wish to accomplish. So ito naman ay nagsa-start siya kaagad sa setting the educational goals and specific objectives that you wish to accomplish. Then, classified set of broad goals into 4 domains under which learning experiences may take place. So, dito lang iikot. Number 1, personal development. Number 2, social competence. Number 3, continued learning skills. And number 4, specialization. So, yun yung mga i-consider natin sa pag-craft ng ating curriculum based on this model. So once the learning goals or objectives and domains have been established, the planners can then move into the process of planning the curriculum. So pag na-set na natin yung goal, yung objective, and the domain, proceed na tayo sa pag-plan ng ating curriculum. Now, curriculum designer decide on the appropriate learning opportunities for each domain and how and when this opportunity will be made available. Yun yung sunod na process. The third one, after design have been made, curriculum implementation begins. So kapag okay na lahat, i-implement na nila, teacher then select the method through which the curriculum will be related to the learner. Number 4, after the design have been created, all teachers involved in the curriculum planning must create the instructional plan and objectives. And the last one, finally, the curriculum planner and the teacher engage in evaluation to determine whether the goal of the curriculum and the objectives of instruction have been met. So, ano yung pinaka-first kanina? If you could remember, Hilda, Taba, grassroots approach, nagsisimula siya sa mga learners, needs ng learners. Kay Ralph Tyler naman, nagsisimula siya sa goal ng education or ng school. Itong third naman, nagsisimula siya sa learning goals, objectives, and domains. So, yan. Then the last one. Alright, the last one, we have the Oliva Model of Curriculum Development. So, this is simple, comprehensive, and systematic kasi meron siyang 12 components. So, ito rin, medyo similar sila with the previous two kanina. Component 1, it will start with the aims of education, the psychological principles, philosophical formulation, target, mission, vision of the institution. So, yun yung parang ganun lang talaga. Pero ito detailed siya kasi may 12 components siya. Parang kay Ralph Tyler din. Na nagsisimula siya sa kung ano yung purpose ng school. No? Ano yung mga psychological principles, ano yung philosophical formulation, idealism ba, realism ba, pragmatism ba, ano yung target ng school, ano yung mission ng school, at ano yung vision ng school. Okay? After that one, analysis of the needs of the community where the school is located. Ang pinagkaiba lang nila is that, sa number 2 na, you have to analyze the needs of the community. Saan ba located yung school? Para maging responsive siya sa needs ng community. The third one and fourth, general purpose and specific purpose of the curriculum. Pag na-analyze mo na kung ano yung need ng community ninyo, ano yung kailangan ng lugar ninyo, you then formulate the general purpose and special purpose of your curriculum. Then organizing the design and implement the curriculum. After that, you have to describe the curriculum in the form of the formulation of general objectives and specific learning. Then define the learning strategy, preliminary studies on possible strategies and assessment techniques to be used. Pilot testing siguro itong number 9. And implement the learning strategy. And after that, evaluation of learning and curriculum evaluation. Alright? So to have a summary of what we have learned, what we have discussed earlier, Hilda, Taba, grassroots approach to curriculum development. Curriculum should be developed by teachers. Kailangan involve a teacher. And diagnosis of the needs of the students. Kay Tyler naman, special focus on the planning phase, emphasizes more importance of philosophy than the other criteria, process selecting educational objectives, and implementer ang teacher ng curriculum. For Saylor, Alexander, and Lewis, begin with educational goals and objectives, element of curriculum development. So, yun siya yung may 12 components kanina. So, Oliva naman, comprehensive step-by-step process. Oh, wait lang. Hindi pala. Ang may 12 pala ay yung kay Oliva. I'm sorry for that. Okay? So, si Saylor, Alexander, and Lewis, they begin with educational goals and objectives and elements of curriculum development. And for Oliva, siya yung may comprehensive step-by-step process, yung may 12 kanina. Okay, I'm sorry for that. Then, from source to curriculum evaluation, field students should also participate in the curriculum. Okay, so that's all for the review of the curriculum modules. The next one will be the review on the principles of high quality assessment. So next meeting na lang din muna yun. Okay? So for now, just siguro more on readings tayo about those models. Kapag di nyo masyado na-gets, no, pwede nyo balikan yung mga lectures natin. Okay? If you have question, guys, feel free to contact me. Okay? So stay safe always. Wag pasaway. Please stay home if walang necessaryong lakad. So, stay safe. As you stay home, as you stay safe, you ensure also the safety of your family. Okay? So, goodbye everyone and see you next time. Goodbye.